Hey guys, welcome back to Cartropolis CCG, our YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest, Thomas. He's one of our regulars at our store. He top aided an Pioneer RCQ this last weekend. 2 ice.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, 2 weeks in a row. Nice. With this mono white humans looking deck. But yeah, so Thomas is going to run through his choices and how relevant they were, and yeah, so go ahead and get started.
Okay, where to start? This is my mono white humans deck. It is 61 cards because the odds are slightly favored by putting an extra Mishra's Foundry and the extra Kytheon. Like, you can say whatever is the extra card, but let's start with 1-drops. Dauntless Bodyguard is really good against black-red, control, and a couple other decks I can't think of the top of my head right now. Recruitment Officer, really good card advantage. Kytheon, just as a 2/1 body that can get indestructible and eventually will transform into a Planeswalker. Hopeful Initiate, I run as a 3 of because it's a 1/2, so it's a little bit on the awkward side. But it's still strong late game against certain decks, like, say, Creativity. You can pop Fables in a mirror match against another mono white deck. You can hit Ossifications and Boggles. You can blow up enchantments of all assortments. I run 3 Brave of the Elements because it's the number I've been testing and it feels right. 4 mana, or 4 of them, will be awkward sometimes because you draw too many of them when you want another creature, or 2 of them, which is too low. And there's some points you want to get them when you want them. 2-drop slots, Luminarch Aspirant, very powerful mid to late game card, especially on turn 2. Thalia, great disruption. Thalia's Lieutenant, great anthem. Ossification, decent removal. I'll still have some issues of it. Might go down to 2 or 3. 3-drops, Adeline. 4 of them. I've been testing in the 3 and 4. I rather get them more often at 4 than 3s. Brutal Cathar, great removal spell. There's been so many times to save me during my games. Land base, I have 13 planes. 1 Mishra's Foundry. Mishra's Foundry's been my kind of 5th Mutavault. And it kind of synergizes with Mutavault because since Mutavault is all creature types, and this will give +2/+2 to Mutavault, so it can deal some extra damage in an early game. Demolition Field and Field of Ruin, I have 1 of each. They're just against certain decks, like, say, mono green, or basically devotion decks, or 3-4 color decks. Just enables putting them off color or use their lands to their advantage. Also, like Lotus Field. Mutavaults, it's a human, very powerful, and survives board wipes. To Eiganjo's Seat of the Empire, decent removal spell, or just a basic land. Sideboard, I got 3 Resting Pieces, good against Greasefane and Phoenix. Skrelv, I used to have them in the main board, but I moved them to the sideboard because the lack of them being human and the lack that they can't block makes it awkward. So when I put Skrelvs in, it's basically decent against red decks, black decks, and other heavy removal spells. Invasion of Gobakhan is a interesting card that recently came out, and I've been testing it. And I have consistently transform it to make my And it has Protect My Board or Anthem My Board. And it's a decent card against control combo decks and mid-range, I guess. 2 Containment Priests, good against Collected Company decks, good against Creativity decks, good against Reanimator decks, good against the Unfair Balance decks. Curse of Silence is a new card I've been testing a little bit. If you know what you're facing, it's decent. If you want to put it against in it, like say against Creativity, you can use it to make Transmogrify or Creativity cost an additional 2 mana, which makes it awkward. Or say some Pre-Verdicts that, or other board wipes cost 2 more. Makes helps you against the control decks. Destroys Evil, really decent against black-red mid-range and blue-white control because they run a temper. The 3-drop that exiles all non-land permanents with 2 CMC or less. And a couple odds and ends. And destroys angels. And that is my deck list. Changes I will be doing in the future. I will be adding the Copper Vanguards. The new 2/2 human that gives other humans +1/+0 and Ward 1 from Aftermath. And I will be replacing Ossifications. And I will also move the Brutal Cathars to the sideboard. I'm not sure what to replace though, and add some Soldier Pantheons or another 1-drop human to make this deck more aggressive. And that is my deck list.